One of my great-grandfather's sons came to America and became very successful. He offered to move the family here in the 1930s, but my great-grandfather was worried that we would assimilate too much in the secular nation. So I always wonder, how would my grandfather feel that I, as a plastic surgeon, lift faces instead of Torahs? But what about my father, an ophthalmologist who restores sight? Rabbi Teitelbaum has healed congregant souls for over 40 years and even marched with Martin Luther King. My cousin Shifra runs a wonderful charity in LA that fosters critical thinking and literacy for disadvantaged children that has massive repercussions throughout the community of Los Angeles. But none of us are Hasidic. He obviously would be glad we were born, but no doubt he would have been very disappointed that we were not Hasidic. I've become distressed by the notion that he wouldn't be proud of us and of me. But I've come to believe that since he isn't alive, it doesn't really matter anymore whether he would be proud. I believe what matters is that I'm proud of my family, and I am. Many of you know the expression when speaking of the dead, Olav Sholem, meaning rest in peace. One survivor's testimony I read used the expression, may God avenge their blood, which I learned many Jews use when referring to Jews who were murdered for being Jewish. I wanted to use that word somewhere in this exhibit because it is how I feel. But avenge is really an ugly word. So what does a modern Jew do? He emails his rabbi. I emailed Rabbi Wope, who told me that I might instead consider the other expression, may their memory serve as a blessing. But I had no memory of them. I felt rage at the Nazis and a responsibility to preserve the emotions that all those villagers felt as they were standing there waiting their turn in line. Indeed, the expression, though, may God avenge, is actually a smart expression because it suggests that only God can avenge, that it's not man doing the avenging. And what vengeance I wanted was only in a metaphysical sense. I would not have wanted any child or descendant or living person to be harmed in any way. And as a matter of fact, the town synagogue was turned into a movie theater after the Holocaust. And in 1955, during a matinee, a fire broke out that burned down the then movie theater, killing 58 people and maiming 20, most of them children. Was it karma, serendipity, coincidence, divine vengeance? Upon hearing that, my only reaction was horror and grief. If it was vengeance, I wanted no part of it. As I prepared for tonight, I realized that my memories of Ozer and Leah, secondhand as they are, has become a blessing. It has introduced me to wonderful cousins, to Father Dubois, to Yahad, and to all the staff of this museum. I see that I am part of the history of the Jewish people. It's given me a context for my life, and therefore better able to raise my baby son with an authentic understanding of his place within the course of the Jewish people. Father Dubois, you did not just help me to learn about my family, but you gave me a memory that will be a blessing. I would not be here tonight if not for Sam Hutman's vision of tying Father Dubois' work into a local family. I want to thank the museum crew, Lindsay, Samira, Tamar, Shoshana, Jordana, and others I'm probably forgetting, for an incredible amount of work, as always, at the last minute putting the show together. Finally, I want to thank my parents, because they raised me feeling strongly about my Jewishness. And only with that foundation was I prepared to grow from learning the fate of our family in Vilapur. Thank you.